Hey, welcome back, folks. Today we've got a pretty special unboxing to share with you. So this is from Antonio Meccariello. This is the Aurum Shell Cordovan Centurion Split Toe Derby. So there is a lot to unpack, both in the box and in that title. So let's start with the box. Obviously you get a spare set of laces, and with the Aurum range you do get the wood box and the tweed bags here. And just a note on the bags, like obviously I have a variety of very high-end shoes, but these are some of, if not the nicest shoe bags that I have. So the Centurion is a split toe derby shoe. It has a pie crust apron and a skin stitch split toe. The split and lift stitch, which is the pie crust stitch, and the skin stitch on the toe is more difficult than a standard hand stitched apron or a machine stitch. As we're looking at this, let me kind of break down the actual details of the shoe here. So this is from the Aurum range, which is his bespoke line. Now this is made on the Aurum Round Chisel Last, which is a stock last, but I did have a modification made to it, and this is just based off of the history that I have with Antonio, kind of dialing in the fit around my instep mainly. That's really where the biggest pain points are that I have overall from any shoemaker, so we've really kind of dialed that in. So this is Horween Raw Natural or Unglazed Shell Cordovan, and we'll dive more into the patina and the color choice later in the unboxing. Kind of finishing out some of the basic details here. This is the thicker 11mm outsole, beveled down to a blind waist with a beveled edge and a kind of super round bottom. So originally I think Antonio and I were talking about doing a brown patina on the outsole, and then I had asked if we could do an olive one to kind of match some of the depths and some of the undertones that were done in the patina on the upper. It really kind of ties like the entire shoe together. Shoe trees are the three-piece bespoke shoe trees, and they're pretty like substantial. They're pretty special. Fits exactly like the last would, as I'd have to imagine. This again is the natural raw unglazed Horween Shell Cordovan, and for the patina, so I wanted it to look like shell, like a standard shell color, but with more depth and more uniqueness, and having a little bit of Antonio's signature antiquing in there. I think it's really cool to look back and see how this patina started, and that'll really help to kind of round out what this end result came out like. So we went with like a layered look. In kind of a natural light, it would just look like a regular mid-brown, but then as you got closer, light hit it from different angles, you'd see like different layers of color, like different shades of brown, olive, yellow, tan, exactly like we had discussed and like I had envisioned. So now if we want to kind of dive a little bit deeper, like what makes this as special as I say it is. So Shell Cordovan is a difficult material to work with. Most high-end shoemakers of Antonio's caliber or bespoke shoemakers very rarely work with it because of how, I don't want to say because of how expensive it is, but because of how expensive it is combined with how difficult it is to work with. So any type of misstep or any type of issue that causes it to tear, can be a rather expensive endeavor to remake that entire shoe. Now kind of fold in the difficulty of executing like the pie crust and the skin stitch, and that's something that takes a lot of skill and a lot of craftsmanship to do on a regular shoe made of calfskin or embossed calfskin, much less being able to do it with this much texture and depth and detail on Shell Cordovan. 2 years ago I started talking to Antonio about getting one done, and this is really like the grail shoe for me. I think it's worth it because when you get something like this special that you've really thought out every single detail for, you know, it doesn't matter if you wait a year or 2 years. Like when you get it, it just makes it that much more special because intricately like worked together, bringing this to life. So now I want to dive into the Shell Cordovan Centurion patina service offer that Antonio has available on his web shop. Hand welted, hand lasted, outsole stitching 11 to 12 stitches per inch, the higher end finishing for the bottom work, and then patina service. Comparatively to what else is being offered by other shoemakers for a handmade shell cordovan pie crust split toe derby, this price is like right in the middle. The shoe that you're getting though is right at the top. Just overall, I guess, thoughts. It took a while, yeah. What can I say? But ultimately, it was worth it for me, and I would do it another order that would take this long through Antonio, because I know at the end of that ordering process, when that pair is delivered, it's going to be like what I wanted, and it makes it worth it. Some people would rather just another maker or even something else from Antonio that's more readily available, and that's perfectly okay. Like, this shoe is not for everyone, and it's special for people that want it. If you don't want it, then of course it's hard to justify that price, but if it's something that you wanted, by all means it's worth this price and more, to be honest with you. Overall, I couldn't be happier with it. I'm going to do a few other pairs in shell, at least definitely one that we're working on right now. So thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.